People confuse realism with pessimism, just like they confuse loneliness with solitude. Negative people tell you that they're just being real, and lonely people tell you they're in solitude. We walk a thin line between peace and sadness. The mainstream advice on social media right now seems to be that loneliness is okay. Go girl, ditch those friends, you don't need a boyfriend, you're stronger and happier alone. Or the male version of it, yeah bro, go all in on monk mode, I made $2 million in 30 days, just delete social media and ditch all your friends who don't serve your purpose. And people who give that kind of advice are trying to push a square peg in a round hole. So if anybody promotes loneliness to you, it's bullshit because it defies basic human nature. Would you say that human nature is far more important and stronger than what your favorite business influencer tells you? Seems logical to me. So today we're going to talk about why loneliness is bad, how it makes you soft as fuck, and what is a good alternative to loneliness. So buckle up. Let's do it. Loneliness is a longing for somebody or something. It's not a nice thing you see Shaolin monks do in Chinese temples. It's really bad. Like they literally use it for the worst kind of punishment in jail, solitary confinement. And influencers will tell you that loneliness is okay. And some will even say it's good. But when they say loneliness, they mean a completely different thing. The problem with this kind of advice lies in how shallow it is. The kid that hears girls are distractions, or if your friends don't have the same goals as you, get rid of them, will take that advice literally. They don't have the life context yet. They don't form their own opinions that much. You know, they're young, so whatever their favorite streamer or YouTuber tells them, that's law. Unfortunately, I took this advice a few years back because my interests were totally different from what my friends' interests were at the time. So I was like, fuck it, monk mode for 3 months. And what I got out of it was really better business, better focus, whatever. But at the end, I had only like one friend that I met at the gym. So my life was so depleted of social connections that every day at the night when I worked, I felt like I was missing something out. And it was fucking real. I was missing something out. Some of you might say, well, that's a trade-off you need to make if you want to become great. No. If you always need to work and you don't have like 2 to 3 hours in the evening to socialize, your life is a fucking disaster. You're so bad at sustaining yourself that you always need to work. Work is another topic, but the point is that loneliness is shit by almost every metric possible because it defies human nature. Humans are social creatures. That's how we survived. We made tribes, groups, communities, and we hunted together. So loneliness goes against the basic human nature, and that's why it doesn't work. You won't see this one coming because it's a bit of a controversial statement, but loneliness also makes you soft. Yes, soft. How? When you don't spend time around other humans, you get numb to certain situations. This is good in a way if somebody is rude to you, for example, in public, and you're like, okay, go away, I won't see you again, I don't care. But the point where you get soft is when you start letting shit slide. And this happened to me. For example, you have a problem with somebody and they start acting out of line. If you're not used to being around people, you will tolerate people who behave the way they shouldn't because you're uncomfortable and you just want to get out of the way and go on your lonely way. This can be in forms of bullying, taking advantage of you, ignoring you, and if you show passive behavior, some of them will try and push it even more. I'm always the avoid the problem guy, but when people take it too far, they have to get it. And if you're a loner, you're more prone to catching this type of disrespect. The lonely wolf they show you in the movies, or the superhero against all the villains, little chance of winning, or the kid that beats his bullies when they try to pick on him. That shit happens once in 1,000 times. The other 999 times, the underdog story never happens because lonely people lose. Another objection that arises is humans have disappointed me and that's why I turn to myself and that's why I'm lonely. And this is a special snowflake situation. This is a classic victim style story. I hate to break it to you, but if nobody gets along with you and everybody disappointed you, look into why that's happening. Maybe you're the problem. And I speak from experience when I tell you that. You can't expect the world to change for you. You can go on with your loneliness bullshit, but that will only make your life worse. Life will only get worse if you're lonely. And when I hear someone say, I don't like people, the first thought that comes to my mind is that they're fucking stupid. And the second thought that comes to my mind is that I analyze them, and they're almost every time not someone who's truly satisfied with themselves. They're not at peace. They're not in solitude. Solitude is the state of being alone by choice. And this is the solution to getting the benefits of loneliness, which there is one that comes to mind, and that is discovering yourself. Not like touching yourself, but being truly able to think while you're alone, letting your thoughts wander. If we are in solitude, we get the benefit of loneliness, which is spending time with yourself and getting time to think without all the bad stuff. In solitude, you decide that you need time for yourself without craving any company, and it's the perfect place for recharging your social batteries. Reading books, weight training, cooking, running, studying, all of these can be a form of solitude for you. Like my things are reading books and podcasts. Yours can be watching movies. Heck, I went to the movies like every other month or every month since the beginning of the year. It's great. I mostly go for horror movies because my girl is scared to watch them, so I like shit my pants and it feels warm and nice, so I mostly go for that feeling. But nonetheless, there is one important thing that creeps up in this argument. Alex, if I spend too much time in solitude, it can get really addictive. The more time I spend alone, the more time I want to spend alone. What about that? My answer is that in this day and age, you never truly are alone. You might be physically in your room by yourself, but you have the most amazing device ever made in human history right next to you. It's your phone. It's the screen. So by you're never truly alone, I mean you always watch something. You're always texting someone, seeing something on the screen or hearing it. Actors, influencers, singers, comedians, creators. Your phone is always able to trick you and trick your senses and tell you that you're not really that alone, because you always have someone talking in your background. How many times have you heard from people who are introverts, or you even said it yourself, say, yeah, I'll stay at home, watch a YouTube video or a TV series. I don't want to go out. I just want to chill today. And that's okay. But that's also one of the reasons why we, for example, get a syndrome called the parasocial relationship syndrome. And for people who don't know, that's a syndrome where people who watch celebrities and creators think they know them in real life, but they've actually never met them. They only watched their content online and they feel a certain type of connection. There's a lot of cases on this on a regular basis, and some are really fucking weird. And that's what I was telling you. People can go literally nuts from loneliness, so much so that they think they're in a relationship, like a loving relationship or a friendship with some celebrity or content creator. My final answer is that your ancestral brain didn't get enough time to evolve and process all this new information and technology, and that's why your phone is making you think like you're not alone and tricking you into thinking that you're not alone, because there is always somebody talking on the screen. To round it all up, loneliness is one of the worst conditions you can have in life. They use it for torture. Don't seek it. We're social creatures. We need to be around other people. Loneliness also makes you soft and vulnerable in a bad way. Look for mistakes within yourself. Stop blaming other people and seek to become a better person. A good place to develop that person is solitude. Socialize and then recharge your social batteries by spending productive time with yourself. Do things like jujitsu, reading, cooking, running, writing, and look at your phone as a tool, not as a coping mechanism to feel less lonely. Those people on the screen might be good, but real connections are not on the screen. They're out there at the gym, library, or any place of your choice. Give sincere love to other people and loneliness will perish. If you're a content creator and you're interested in making connections with other content creators who want to make meaningful content, then you should check out my community called The Creator Philosophy. You can do that by clicking the link in the description and signing up for the waitlist. We accept applications only on the 22nd of every month for only 24 hours, and we're pretty picky on who we let in because we want to make sure that we're the right fit for you and that we help you as much as we can. By signing up, you will get email reminders before the opening day, and I might send you some cool content. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. See you next week. Bye.